Hello guys, in this video we are going to be doing some dumping with Mimikatz. Then we are going to be doing some passive hash. After we do some passive hash, we're going to steal that token for that user. Then we are going to try to do some dcsync and dcshadow as well. So let's go ahead and start. I already have an agent running like before, but this agent is now running as elevated. So I want to go ahead and change that, and also change the name because I don't like this name. So rename 9 to just Raba. That's fine. Let's say Raba 1 because I already used that, I guess. And then we want to interact with Raba 1. Right, so from here, if you do a shell and you want to see the net local group administrators, so you want to see who is in the administrators to verify that Raba is in the administrators, and you can see right there that he is indeed part of it. So let's go ahead and do a bypass UIC, and the listener of course is the Raba student, right? Because that's the listener where I'm at right now. So let's go ahead and do the bypass. There we go, sending the stagers and then all that cool stuff. And you can see that we have a new agent now right now, and we want to go ahead and rename that. So let's go ahead and go back out of it. Let's go ahead and rename this guy to, let's say, Raba admin. That's fine. And we want to interact with Raba admin. Awesome. So now from here, if we do the help, we do have access to, because we are in the elevator. So let me go ahead and show you again. If we go back and do a list, you can see that we are now running as an elevator, basically that we are running as a admin, basically. So we're going to be able to perform elevated modules and stuff like that, like Mimikatz. So for that, we are going to use module, and if you do double tap, you can get all the modules. The module that I want to run is all the way on the top, almost, and it is called previous escalation. It's going to be for the Mimikatz one. Don't I have it here? Where is the Mimikatz? Mimikatz UIC management, ladder movement, credentials. There we go. We want to go ahead and run. We don't want to do dcsync hash dump. We want to do logon passwords. And you can see right here, whatever has an asterisk means that you need to have elevated for that. So use module. If we go to info, and for this one, we don't need to put anything in here. So all we have to do is just run it. Requires missing. Oh, the agent. So we do need to specify the agent. So set agent to the agent is Raba admin. So it's 2 A's over here. Run. And that's going to do some credentials dumping for us. And it, you can see, it was tagged to the Raba admin to run this module over here. Okay, and let's see if he does that. I haven't seen the job go off. Okay, let's go ahead and go back. And agents. So did I not interact? I guess I didn't. So I need to interact with Raba admin. I thought I did. There we go. Okay, so now you can see that it ran over here, and you can see that it dumped everything. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So as you can see right here, we found a Jenkins NTLM hash. So that's the one that we're going to be using. Jenkins has admin access, so we're going to be able to perform what we want, maybe. So for here, you want to use module, and it's going to be credentials, and it's going to be for Mimikatz, pass the hash, and we want to go to info, and it's going to ask you for the username, NTLM, and also, so let's set user to Jenkins admin, set domain. You can set the domain to is pentesting.local. If you guys remember from before when we did all the enumeration, set NTLM, and that's where we put the NTLM in here. And let me verify that that's the correct one. Jenkins admin. Yep, 704DA, 704DA. Yep, awesome. And the agent is good, so we don't need the credit ID. Okay, so let's go ahead and run it. And let's pass the hash for this bad boy over here. If you don't know what pass the hash is, basically pass the hash, what it's going to do is it is going to, or hopefully, or what Empire is supposed to do is it's supposed to create a session. So yeah, I'm sorry for that. So it's going to create a session with CMD with the Jenkins admin, and since the Jenkins admin has domain admin, we are going to be able to, you know, execute any commands with this user. So let's go ahead and see if we do a shell, and I want to see the directory of AD, and I want to see the C drive now. See if that works. Shell directory. Let's go ahead and go back. Shell directory, AD, C drive. So let's see if we're able to see it now that we did the pass a hash command. And on a later videos, we are going to go over pass a hash more in depth. So command execution completed. So nothing happened. Okay. So now if we do creds from here, you can see that from before when we did all the dumping, we can see, look, we even have Jenkins. We got the password, the clear text password. But we're not focusing on that. We want to focus on passing the hash. So we did the pass the hash for this guy, and you can see that the credentials are right here. So what we want to do from here is that we want to try to use these credentials and this pass the hash, and we are going to try to, or we are going to try to get this. We're going to try to use this user because he has admin access from Empire. So we can try to do some dcsync attack, dcshadow attack, and just try to get the hashes from everybody. So let's go ahead, and since we want to use that, you can also, what you could have done is a faster way to do a pass the hash attack is by just doing a PTH from here, and then you just want to put the credentials that you want to use for the pass the hash. So you will put just number 2, and that will fill out, you know, the domain where it's coming from. It will fill out the username, and also it will take out the password. So that is a faster way to do it. We did it at the longer way, and so the way that you steal the token or the credentials that you want to use is by using the PID, this one right here, and from here you want to do a steal token, and you want to do a paste and steal that over here. So now we are there we go. So we are going to be running as Jenkins admin. That's what it should do. So after this is done, looks like it's done, let's go ahead and see if we can do a shell DRR to show the directory for this one. And you can see now that we are able to see the C drive because we stole the credentials from Jenkins, and now we do have access to AD. And since we have access to AD now, what it means is that we have basically access to the entire system. So from here, what we could do is we can try to do a dcsync attack, since we are going to be running as the where it says the Jenkins admin user, right? So let's go ahead and first let's go ahead and use module. Or actually, yeah, let's go ahead and just use module, and we are going to do a credentials. It's not so use module. Why is it not working? Use module. Okay, let's go ahead and search for a module and dcsync. And we have so this one runs PowerSploit invoke mimikatz function to collect all the domain hashes from dcsync module. This doesn't need code execution on a given DC, but needs to run from our user context. Okay, runs PowerSploit mimikatz to extract a given account. So we are going to be using this one. And so use module for a dcsync attack, and invalid module because we need to get rid of this PowerShell. And from here, what we can do is you go to info, and it's going to ask you how we're going to run this as. So user is going to be Jenkins admin, domain pen testing, and DC. Or actually, the user is going to be the KRBTGT. The KRBTGT is a user or the account that Kerberos uses. So if we get access, or if we get the hashes from the KRBTGT account, we are basically going to be able to extract all the hashes, right? Because this is the accounts that takes care of all the hashes and all that stuff. So let's run it for the KRBTGT and set the DC is 192.168.1.50 if you guys remember. So username pen testing. If you go to info to see all the information that we fill out, did we know set domain? I thought we did a set domain and set user. Why is it not? So set domain pen testing. Let's go to info again. Okay, set user KRBTGT info again. Make sure we got everything, and it's going to be running from the Raba admin pen testing KRBTGT, and let's go ahead and run it. See if that pulls the hash information for the KRBTGT. And a dcsync attack is the way to obtain any hash from any account. But from the account that that you want to obtain is from the or the most valuable is the KRBTGT, because the KRBTGT, so we have a domain at present or does not look like a fully qualified domain name. So pen testing. Okay, so we got an error. Let's go ahead and see info. Let's go ahead and set DC to, it's just called AD, and set pen test set domain to pen testing .local. Let's go ahead and run it again and see what happens from here. So it looked like something happened. So I set it to, because it says the fully qualified domain name. So I set it as ad.pentesting.local. I ran it and nothing happened. So let's go ahead and go back. I think that we lost the shell list. Yep. So you can see right now that it is not working. So let's go ahead and we are going to kill the Raba admin. Okay, so we have killed that. Let's go ahead and see listed. It's still in there. So what we're going to be doing is that on the next video we are going to try to do that dcsync attack, because it seems like we just lost that the elevated account.